So yes, go to the Toronto Blue Jays. Let's make something happen with these three guys because these three guys can put us over the hump with the likes of the Dodgers and whoever else we're going to play. The Chicago Cubs. I think we proved that we can handle Chicago Cubs even at their place as well. So, but that's definitely where I'm kind of leaning towards. But of course, if the Diamondbacks want to take about 25-30 million off the contract of per year, should I say he's owed like 50 something per year is Zach Greinke. So we're okay giving you 15 to 20 million a year. We're okay with that. But how long is that going to last? I know he's kind of having a turnaround season this year, but how long is that going to last? In the year, what 3? I think he still has 4 years on his contract, so it's a win for us.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, I think it's 3 or 4.
He's got. Let's see. He is currently in year 4 of his 6-year deal. He is making looks like 24. 31.5 this year, 32 next year, and 32 the year after that.
So about 20 million off. So that's actually terribly wrong. So sorry.
No, you're good. But I mean, it was a horrible contract.
Yeah.
But if they only eat, I mean, if they were to eat like 5 million of that, or 7 million, somewhere around there, bring it down into like. Let's say they bring it down to 25. We just have to cover 25 million of that. Trey, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Because here's the thing. You would be paying him X amount of dollars, yes, and he's going to be expensive, yes. But we're not going to have to sign anybody for the foreseeable future as far as a free agent is concerned because we are so just
ready to
prospect
go.
rich. We are so rich on prospects, and we're locking guys up long term. You watch Mike Soroka this year. He's made it to the All-Star game. Don't be surprised if he makes it, if he's in the running for Cy Young. I'm not going to say he's going to win it, but don't be surprised if he's in the running for Cy Young. And if he does win the Cy Young and Rookie of the Year, then you better believe that he's going to get locked up long term this offseason. Just like we saw Ozzie and just like we saw Ronald Acuna, he's going to get locked up long term. So I wouldn't mind paying Greinke this much money because he's going to be in a spot where he, quote unquote, wants to be. Because I've been told, I've heard this, and I don't know if you remember this, Trey, but he went to Arizona. He turned down less money from the Dodgers, but he went to Arizona because he wanted the money. He didn't care about winning a World Series. That's what I've heard. I've heard he's been a poor person in the clubhouse, but then I've also heard it's just situations and clubhouse personalities. Who knows? But I would love to have him because I still think he's the big game pitcher. I think he can go up against Kershaw. I think he can go up against Max Scherzer. I think in a World Series where he's going to have to go up against potentially Justin Verlander in Game 1. I think he could do it. He can match him toe-to-toe. That's just my opinion.
I do, and I
really do believe that.
I really do, and I like where your head is at with that kind of acquisition because, yes, he's a terrific pitcher. Now, I think if we take more money on with that contract, I don't think we're going to have to give up a lot more than we should.
Not at all. I don't think that. I really truly don't think that Arizona's going to take Indra back. They might. They might would. I know that they lost A.J. Pollock. However, they've got Gerard Dyson. He's playing center field for them. And I think Ketel Marte plays center field for him some too. They're all-star second baseman. But I would almost say do a Ender Inciarte with a mid-level prospect for Raisel Iglesias, and maybe package Bryce Wilson and Touki Toussaint, even though Tuki's from Arizona, that's who drafted him. Maybe Bryce Wilson and Touki Toussaint for Zach Greinke and Archie Bradley. And if that takes place, Trey, I don't know about you. That spells World Series to me, sir.
I hear it, and I'm not going to disagree with that. I really, like I said, I think that's a win for both squads. Two of the things that we mentioned today with the Toronto Blue Jays, it's a win-win for them and for the Toronto Blue Jays and the Braves. In that kind of situation, we take the money away from the Arizona Diamondbacks in the Zach Greinke contract, and you mentioned 31. Not only this year, but 31, whatever it was. I mean, so if we take 25, 26, 27 mil off that and still get two guys that can bolster our starting rotation and our bullpen for not only this year, but the next 2 or 3 years, I'm all for that. And that's what kind of trades I like. I don't like these rental guys because we've seen the likes of Manny Machado go to L.A. last year where they gave up a lot to get him. Then he ran off over to San Diego, which no fault of his own. And to the Dodgers, he took 400 or 300 mil or 350, whatever it was. So that's one of those things where you can see why he did that, and the Dodgers weren't going to give him because they thought he was a cancer inside the locker room, just like you mentioned with Zach Greinke. But in a pitcher, you can kind of tolerate that more when he's out there doing his thing on the starting every 3 or every 5 days. I mean, just think of the possibilities we're going to have with our rotation. Okay, obviously Mike Soroka is the ace right now for our starting pitcher. Then you bring in a Zach Greinke. Then we have Dallas Keuchel. And then you put in a Max Fried, and then whoever else wants to be our fifth guy. We don't know who that is. Kevin Gausman, if he can get, I think he's going to go inside the bullpen once he comes back from the IL. I think Mike is going to go towards the bullpen. So we might not need bullpen pieces, to be honest. I mean, right now, without adding anything to our bullpen mix, we have the best ERA since May, and possibly before that with a 2.41 or something like that. So we might not even need anything.
The only thing about that,
I just don't know.
If Swarzak went down with his bad shoulder, now it's a perfect storm. He went down. What day was he placed on the IL? Was it Saturday?
Yeah.
Am I correct about that?
I think so.
Okay. He was placed on the IL on Saturday. He pitched on Saturday, I believe. He got out of a jam. So it's effective on Saturday. It's not retrospective to another day. So it's effective Saturday. He's on the IL for 10 days. Perfect timing. In most cases, obviously, we'd love to have him for the series that starts tonight against the Phillies. We'd love to have him. That would be ideal, but it didn't work out that way. But he's on the IL, and so he's going to get off, from now until the All-Star break. As soon as the All-Star break's over, he should be back, hopefully. But the shoulder is what's caused him issues in the past. And so you have to wonder, is he going to be around? He's great when he is around, but is he going to be around? And so they've got a plan for that as well. I don't mind, I'll say this too. Your roster in the playoffs gets deeper. Right now we're operating with an 8-man bullpen. Well, and 4 people on the bench. In the playoffs, you can operate with an 8-man bullpen and 5 people on the bench because you have a 4-man starting rotation. Mm-hmm. And so, I love your starting rotation you just mentioned. I love it. That sounds amazing. Greinke, Soroka, Keuchel, Fried, and Fultonevich in the 5th spot. I'm down.
Yeah.
Let's go win a World Series.
Yeah. And it's going to be interesting to see what they do. And there's not every single major league team that's in and running for a wild card spot or a playoff spot, no matter what, are looking for a bullpen piece or a starting rotation. And so it's going to be interesting. I think the Braves do have the pieces, major league talent ready to go, and obviously the minor league system ready to go in some of these trades. Now, is AA going to be kind of get off of his high horse and say, look, we're going to start trading our pieces to go move along into the playoffs. Again, this is a rebuild, but we saw we didn't have to give up anything except money in this Dallas Keuchel deal. And so that was fantastic. I think I'm okay giving up 3 runs when the Braves are averaging 6 runs a game. I mean, I'm okay with that. But we cannot give 5 to 6 runs in the first and the second and then expect our guys to go out and get a little bit more, because you're not going to get that every day. So that's where Dallas Keuchel comes in. He's going to give you good 5 or 6 innings. That's all we ask our starting pitchers to give us anyway. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Braves do and in this trade deadline, because there's so many pieces that we can bring in to make our team so much better. It's stupid. It's stupid exciting to see how that's going to turn out. But my friend, we are out of time.
Absolutely.
We've gone over our time slot of 30 minutes, but I didn't want to stop us from our trade deadline because there's so many pieces. Is a Zach Greinke going to head over to us? Is a Marcus Stroman going to head over to us? Is a Mad Bum going to head over to us? So it's going to be interesting to see what we do. My man Jordan Crane, Trey Snide for the Bravo Time Sports right here on the Community Radio Network. Hope you've enjoyed. We'll be back every Monday here at 8 a.m. in the morning, so feel free to stop by. You can head over to our website at crnsports.org to re-listen to this audio. Everything archive is going to be on our website at crnsports.org. So, like always, God bless, and we'll see you later.